8-time All-Star, 2-time league MVP, finals MVP, recognized as one of the greatest of all times, and quite frankly, one of the nicest guys we've ever worked with up here. Ladies and gentlemen, Steph Curry.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Marty's over there starting all the claps, so just got to shout him out.
Hey, Steph,
yes,
what we'll do, we'll fire a couple questions off and then let the media get up here. But, you know, you still got to be feeling pretty high after about 3 weeks after this NBA championship. How's that feel?
Yeah, it feels amazing. I definitely haven't come down from it yet. It's only been 3 weeks to today. So, amazing year for all obvious reasons. And to get back to the mountaintop, get the 4th ring, and do it with a new cast of characters, you know, with our core that has been together for over 10 years. It's an amazing thing to think about. I don't think it really has sunk in yet, so yeah, it's nice to come out and see all the, you know, the Dub Nation here in Lake Tahoe and play some golf, so I'm excited about it.
All right, that segue to golf. What would it feel like for you to win this thing? You've got the ability. You've been close a few times. What would it mean to you, especially winning a 4th NBA championship 3 weeks ago?
I think my wife would probably tell you if I came home with that trophy, she knew what other trophies might need to move out the way back at home in the office. So I hope we can make that decision on Sunday night when I get home. But I've been here, I think, 9 or 10 times. I enjoy it every week. You know, make it an amazing week, you know, with the guys I come up here with, and play well three times, got in the top 5. So I know I have it in there. This year, obviously coming off the finals run, how deep we go into June, we'll see how the golf game goes. Usually that helps with lower expectations, just to go out and play free and just have fun first and foremost. And if I can find a way to get off to a good start, that's obviously the best feeling, when you can feel like you're in contention. So no, you can't win it on the first day, but just try to play well and make things as easy as possible out there.
All right, let's turn it over to the media folks to fire away. Hey, if you would, give your name and affiliation, fire away with your questions.
Thanks, Phil. Pat, Sunday columnist with the Reno paper here. Seth, what's it like having your dad in your life, and of course here with you this week, as he's been throughout your entire life? And what's it been like for you to be the father that you are? You mean a lot to a lot of people.
Especially, I think, knowing, you know, my dad, I grew up watching him play in the league, played for 16 years, and learned, you know, how to be professional, how to develop a work ethic, and then you get to share other experiences outside of, you know, the arena, like playing golf together. It's a game that you can play for your whole life, and we've been blessed to have amazing golf experiences. My brother's here as well, and it's definitely a family affair, and we have a great competition. I wouldn't even call it friendly. It's real. So just to be able to be blessed to have that experience, I never take it for granted. And, you know, we're going to hopefully add another great week, you know, to the list.
All right, I think we have a question on Zoom down there, don't we, Jeff?
Yep.
All right.
Special question.
Hey, Steph. This is Greg Robertson. I'm with the Las Vegas Review-Journal. Congratulations on that 4th ring. I wanted to ask you a little different question about golf. I wanted to ask about your underrated youth program, kind of the genesis for how that started, and what you thought of the first year of doing it.
See, I got the hat on. This is we just launched a little, maybe 2 months ago. I've had 2, you know, regional stops, one in Chicago and one in down in Scottsdale area. And the ability to bring, you know, underrepresented communities out to the golf course. There's so much talent, you know, in the youth golf world. Some is unheralded. Some just need an opportunity to be on a platform and a stage to showcase their skills. But golf is such an amazing sport because it's a conduit to developing, you know, true life and work skills that they can carry, for the rest of their lives. So we're thinking big about this tour. We have 5 stops this year. I hope to build that to a bigger field next year, both boys and girls. So equity, access, and opportunity is important to us. Bringing these kids to amazing venues and giving them a first-class experience, and then hopefully taking it internationally. We want to be able to provide, a platform for kids to pursue, the highest levels of golf, all while giving them the toolkit to be successful in life. And I think we're off to an amazing start. There's been a lot of great feedback. I think the kids are having a great time. They're giving us great feedback on what they need, what kind of support and experiences they need to get to the next level. So, we're just getting started. This is going to be really big, and you know how much I love the game of golf, but to be able to create opportunity for the next generation is really important to me.
And when you talk about expansion, is that more cities, more tournaments? What's the vision?
Just reaching more kids and being able to spread our wings internationally. I think the feedback we've gotten is we put on a really amazing tournament. We have amazing staff and volunteers and partners that are behind us. So it's only going to continue to get bigger. This year we have. We want to just continue that momentum where, here domestically in the States, Europe, Asia, around the globe, we can reach as many kids as possible. So I like the start that we're off to, and like I said, we're just literally getting started. It's literally like the first or second hole, if you like that terminology.
Great, thank you.
Steph and Chris Albers, ABC7, good to see you.
What's happening?
How are you? Congratulations on the ESPYs hosting. I'm kind of curious how that all came about, and are you writing your own material? How does this all go for a busy guy like you?
It was kind of just presented. Obviously, I've been to the ESPYs a bunch of times and seen some amazing hosts, throughout the years. John Cena, Drake, Peyton Manning, you name it. I actually talked to Peyton about it, just what the experience was like once the opportunity was kind of thrown my way, and he said, you'd love it. It's obviously out of my comfort zone, and I'm excited about just the experience and having the mic on that kind of stage. So everybody be careful if you want to come to the show. Just know that you're liable to catch a couple strays, but we'll it's one of those where never was on my radar as an opportunity or something that I wanted to kind of go after, but I do appreciate the honor. I do appreciate the stage that it is, and respectfully honoring and celebrating amazing athletes from all different sports and all different backgrounds. So I'll make sure that that's first and foremost. But you obviously want to have fun, so there's some good ideas flowing. Wouldn't say I'm sitting by the computer writing one-liners all day, but definitely it'll have my personality, my DNA, and all the bits that we do, and it's just the whole night. So I'm excited.
Thanks, Steph.
That's Marty again. Am I getting too long-winded, Marty? I'll look over and get the thumbs up for you after every answer.
All right, Ryan from the Jim on Base Show from Oakland, and you're known as Chef Curry. Aisha's obviously known as a good cook. What's your go-to meal for the kids and you if she's out for the night?
It's a 5-ingredient pasta. You're getting that every night. 15 minutes, whip it up. It's great, but it ain't nothing fancy, so stay in my lane on that one.
Sounds good, thanks.
Absolutely.
Hey, Steph, it's Mike with the ABC affiliate down in Reno. I first have to say, you mentioned great ESPYs host, but for my money, I think Justin Timberlake in 2008 might have been the best one. But you might have been just getting done with school, I think. So.
Yeah, it might have been before
I have
my
two
time.
quick ones. The first one, does the Petty King ever show up on the golf course, and if so, how?
That's a good question. Only time it's really come out, I think in a pro-am like 5 years ago, one of the fans who was on 16, I think I hit a bunker shot to like 30 feet or something. And somebody yelled out, "Oh, I could have done better." All right, well, here's the club, and gave it to him, and he sculled it into Lake Tahoe or into the lake. So, little moments like that where you just have fun. But trade the Petty King for just hopefully the Birdie King, if
Right.
you will.
Not much needs to be said. You had told us a few years ago that there was no better feeling than hitting good golf shots. But as we've talked about, 3 weeks ago tonight was a pretty special night in your life, and you were obviously very emotional in Boston. I'm curious, has there ever been an instance, or could there ever be an instance on the golf course that brings you to tears?
Well, I mean, you get the gauntlet of experiences, especially where I'm at my golf game. I could hit a bomb like I did on 16 today, 330, and feel like amazing, or snap hook one into the driving range on 18 and just feel like trash. So it's the full gamut. I don't know if there's no crying in golf, so I'll try to keep it fun, keep it light, but maybe if I'm holding the trophy, you might see a tear.
As we should. Good luck to you. Good luck to you, man.
Thank you.
Hi, Steph. Dan Hinksman. I do stories for the tournament. Wanted to ask you about Charles. He's, that bet's out there again this year, top 70. Do you think he can do it this year?
No. Hell no. Clip that, send it to him, let him play it on every tee box. There's no way he's doing it. So, as much faith as Chuck has had in the Warriors and jump shooting teams winning championships, that's the least amount of. That's the amount of faith I have in him, hitting the top 70. So.
And wanted to ask you about the family bet. That's become obviously such a big thing up here every year now. Can you tell us what it is and what the numbers might be involved?
It's hard with Stateline because you're trying to handicap it right. We're all at different levels, with where we're at, and just trying to give the right amount of points. I think I gave my dad 10 last year, and it came down to the last hole, which was perfect. The way my game was trending and his, according to what he says, I might have to give him a little bit more this year. Steph actually played amazing last year for his first time, and I think he's gotten a little bit better. So we'll make that decision tonight over a glass of wine and make sure everybody's on the same page about what the bet is this year.
Always involving the lake, though, I assume.
It is, but 10 years, it's a tradition. You might have to switch it up, though, so we'll see.
Thank you for spending so much time.
Absolutely.
Hey, Steph, we have one over here.
Hey, Steph. Andrew Hazard from the Mountain Democrat. Besides about the fact that we're both 34, does it kind of feel like you're back in 2018 being a champion again and the crowds are back to normal and the media's bigger than it's ever been before?
This is amazing. I remember we were over in that little cut over there with a little makeshift tent and about eight chairs, and everybody was just kind of handing the mic to each other. So this is amazing, the amount of attention and awareness, and the fans out here, the support, the energy. Obviously coming off the pandemic and getting full crowds in here, like you said, the championship glow that I'm coming in with. So it's special, and that's why I look forward to this week so much. Just because I think Tony said it before, the field's amazing. There's Vinny, Marty, great golfers who are in the corner. You got to play well, but also even if you do, it's great because you get that support. Even if you don't, you're going to have a great time. So it's a can't miss week for me.
Hey, Stephen. Mark Dent, freelance journalist from Kansas City. I had a question for you about Patrick Mahomes, who, of course, is playing here. I'm curious, when you've been able to watch him play football, what type of skills you see, and do you see him possessing any of the same type of skills that you do, that he's showing on the football field as you would on the basketball court?
I mean, to me, it's the perfect balance of everything you can teach in terms of fundamentals and, reads and all that type of stuff. I'm not going to sit and talk football, but the blend of what you can teach and the intangibles. He's just got such a great feel, great awareness, the flair for the dramatic. He likes to take chances, all that type of stuff. I love that style, the same kind of way that I play. So, there's a lot of respect and admiration for what he can do on the court on the field, and I'm sure it goes the same way what I can do on the court too.
Yeah, thank you.
Tabney Dozier, local ABC in Reno. Education. I talked to Jerome Bettis. Both of y'all went back to school to finish and get your degrees, which, round of applause for that. I think that's incredible. And I just think about all the adults that might be watching who thinking about going to school or finishing, or, guardians telling their kids, you can play college ball, you can go to the league, but don't forget about your education. So my question is, was it a promise to yourself or a promise to your family? And then were you finishing your credits during the season? Just how did it all work?
It started, I went to Davidson for a reason, obviously play basketball, but get a great education. And as things turned out, leaving after my junior year was special, an opportunity I couldn't pass up. But I made a promise to my mom and Coach Bob McKillop that I would finish at some point. I did a lot of work right after I left school. Obviously 13 years later, I finally finished. The motivation was, one, to fulfill that promise, kind of what you meant on the message it sends, but also my oldest daughter's getting older, and I wanted to make sure I didn't graduate the same year she did. So that was it. That was it.
That's awesome. And really quick, the night of the draft was 50th anniversary for Title IX. You mentioned Riley raising a daughter, having sisters. What I've been learning about Title IX is so much bigger than sports. It's civil rights as far as women's equality. But everybody was like, oh, the Warriors won, basketball's over. No, it's not, because we got Sue Bird and Sylvia Fowles retiring. The WNBA's in full swing. So I would just love to hear your thoughts on women's equality, women's sports, and just where we are and where we still need to be going.
Man, you have to be living on the rock if you don't understand how important that mission is and the awareness of, like you said, equality and the right investment in the women's basketball game in WNBA, but also in every sport. My wife and I were blessed to be able to start a scholarship fund at Davidson for women's athletics outside of basketball, because they have the most scholarship offerings there, but all the other sports were kind of lacking. So we started a fund there to create more opportunity, especially for young women from underrepresented communities. And the feedback we got about how much just being able to play in high school and college built confidence and belief that you could accomplish anything, whether in sports or outside of sports. And there's so many amazing women in positions of leadership. There needs to be more. And sports is a great conduit to do that. So, like you said, every Title IX, started the wave, and we still have a lot of work to do. WNBA is an amazing space. Obviously, thoughts and prayers and continued awareness around the Brittany Griner situation.
Yes.
So there's just a lot of positive momentum, but can't let our foot on the gas pedal, off the gas pedal on ways that we all can continue to make a difference and support women's athletics.
I love it. Thank you.
All right, guys, let's have a couple more. Steph's been here a little while, and he's got another appointment coming up, so fire away.
Hey, Steph. Hey, congrats on the title again. There's a viral video that went around of you rapping Andy Mineo's been about it word for word right after. So this personal thing, I don't know how many people here may know Andy and Lecrae, but thanks for always supporting them in their music.
116, absolutely.
Yeah, right. The question on behalf of Max Preps, I didn't introduce myself, Josh Carson from Max Preps. Chet Holmgren was our Athlete of the Year in 2021, Basketball Player of the Year, that is, and he really made a name for himself at that UA camp of yours. At that time, did you ever see him being a number 2 pick, and what do you think it's going to be like going up against him in the league, like his ceiling?
Oh, absolutely. Super talented, blessed with physical, abilities, but he had that competitive streak, that work ethic. I've seen a lot of talent come through that All-America camp that I have with Under Armour Curry brand, and there's pretty good representation in the league now. Some of those kids that have come through. I have a teammate in James Wiseman who was there the year before Chet. So talent is on the rise in the league. Chet being one of them, and just be excited to see those guys come into their own and figure it out how to be successful in the league, because that's when the real work starts. You make it, but you gotta last. You gotta become great, and watch them go through those experiences is gonna be fun. Hopefully not at our expense though.
Yeah, a lot of floaters going against him.
Oh, you got to. He's probably as tall as 8-foot wingspan. You gotta get it up there.
All right, appreciate it.
All right, we get Steph. We want to thank you for coming in here. Big time.